everybody. Today I'm gonna review a movie called Dawn of the Dead, the remake. You probably heard of this movie. Uh, Directed by Zack Snyder, his first director debut, directorial debut, because before this he only made music videos. And written by George Romero and James Gunn. Now these two guys, James Gunn and Zack Snyder, went to be prolific directors and writers for Marvel movies and for Transformer movies and things like that, because they just were really wanted after this, because this movie really bombed in a good way. The second movie that he actually made was a short of 17 minutes long and called the last days of Andy. Andy being the gun owner in the movie, where he's holding these boards and they're writing stuff to each other. Him with Kenneth, this Ving Rhames plays him, and they're playing the sniper game, take out Jay Leno, and he's just takes out Jay Leno. He's a good sniper, but you see him then talking about that he has iron fences on the in front of the store. They can't come in. I have like 50,000 bullets. I've got water. I got my MP5 here. So if some get in, they're gonna feel it. But one problem: food. I really have to be, he says, ration. I have to ration it, but that's a problem. And at some point, also in the movie, he writes hungry, and that's a turning point in the movie. What happens then? You got, with the dog and things like that. But I'm getting ahead of myself. You got Sarah Polley playing Anne, the nurse. You've got Ving Rhames playing Kenneth the cop. Michael Pfeiffer, Andre, the let's say the recidivist, yeah. Jake Weber as Michael, Ty Burrell as Steve, Michael Kelly as CJ, and who's there to say, as sorry, who's that? Oh, you got a few other guys in the truck. Nicole, Ty Burrell as Steve, yeah, which we know from Modern Family as the lovable Phil Dunphy. And in this movie, he plays someone very different. Uh, I mean, the movie is pretty good. So you've got a scene where there's foreshadowing moments going on. You've got people in. She's done with her shift. She's going home. She sees in the hospital people getting to the ICU that are bitten, and she hears on a news report. She sees the ambulance getting a call and to get to some place. She hears in the news report that things are happening, but then she puts on a music instead of there's an invasion happening, and then click, and then she puts some music video on. So everything first normal, just a normal day. She goes to her husband and they have some sex and they watch some movie together, and the day after, the girl of next door is there and they recognize her and they let her in, and they're standing in their hallway, and she's completely fucked up in her face, and the guy says, what happened to her? And she bits his throat out. You can see the throat being bitten out, really graphic, really gory. And of course she has now not only to escape the child, but also from her husband, which is a very tense scene because he's pretty vicious. He's trying to get in and he's knocking through the door, and she gets through the window, and she there is the over the neighbor on the other side says, "Get away from me, Anne," with a gun. "Get away from me!" And then he gets run over, and then you see all the chaos happening. All people are getting running away, and are there someone's zombies are after her and after them. She takes the car because her husband is coming out. He jumps in the car and just bams on the front window without any pain or something, but he bursts it and she drives him off. And then you got a cool scene where you see her car going, and you see from the everything happening from above. You see cars crashing in each other. You see a big ass truck just clashing into a gas station and exploding and things like that. And then she's driving through cars, and you see like a naked woman zombie, which is a reference to the first movie where in Night of the Living Dead was also a naked zombie. And then she sees a school bus, and at the end you have the window, and you see the last kids doing like how this, and they're being just ravaged apart, and the blood squirting on the window. Pretty gory, pretty vicious, you know. And then somebody wants to, take her car, and she can push him away, but she drives fast, and she falls in this gorge. In this, some kind of not so low gorge where trees are planted, and she falls. She gets to a tree, and boom, and she's out of conscious. And then we get the song from Johnny Cash that Snyder wanted to use, but a lot of people were against it for some reason. The Man Comes Home from Johnny Cash, and that's apparently a song that they let you see what's happening around the world, and you see that everywhere this shit is happening, and you see like riots are being happening, or hordes of zombies are coming, and all these SWAT people and soldiers are firing, and at some point the reporter is reporting from a senate, and then you see the zombies coming in, taking out the soldiers, and then taking out the reporter. It's pretty good. He also had another band, Richard Cheese, a cover from Disturbed, Down with the Sickness. Two songs. I don't know when this song was played. I think at the end. So they find, she gets out. Ving Rhames with a shotgun says something, and she says, "Who are you?" And then, "Okay, let's go," he says. So basically, they know jack shit what's happening. They know, okay, they're monsters that are trying to kill them, trying to rip them apart. Then they find Michael Pfeiffer's character Andre, and Jake Weber's character Michael, and Luna, his wife from Andre, who is pregnant, and they want to go to Fort Bragg, but they say, I won't go through that way. Yeah, it was infested. We were with 8 when we went there, and there's just 3 left, so you can gather how dangerous it is. So they find this shopping mall, and they go through the shopping mall. They find a few zombies here and there. Then you've got a security zombie. He's coming. He gets knocked to the head, and he becomes a sort of twitching zombie. It's like twitching like that, and at some point they go above, and security meets them, and that's CJ and another guy. I'm not sure what his name is. Terry, I think. No, Terry. Yeah, Terry and CJ and the other guy. I don't remember his name. There are three security guards with revolvers, uh, and they're saying, "Put your guns down now before I kill you." Okay, they're okay. They're and he says, okay, two finger aims, put the gun down, Shaq, meaning, he looks like Shaq O'Neal. So he's a cool character, actually. He's a fun character. Eventually, they get to be free, and they say, okay, you can have a furniture store and clean up the mess you made on the lower floor. So they go to the lower floor, and they see the other security guy, which was one of his colleagues, and CJ said, "I never should have let him go down here," and the other guy, the name I don't know, one of the security guards, but he's like a big douchebag. He's saying he's a twitcher. I saw that on TV. On TV, Tom Savini says at some point that he's on television, and he says, "You gotta kill them, shoot them through the head, or burn them." There, kill that one. She's not dead yet. She's a twitcher, and she's also like twitching, and so they blow the twitching security zombie's brains out. Okay. Now, at some point, she at some point, Michael Jake Weber is a very smart dude, and he's going to CJ, and he's trying to manipulate him in being the boss, because he's the boss, but he is trying to use reverse psychology, which helps, because he said you probably didn't help to put a survivor sign on the top of the roof with paint. And then he says, we have to put a survivor. So it's like it comes from him, right? So, but yeah, he's smart. He's the brave person in the movie. Not the strongest, but one of the braver ones. And he's smart. He's a strategic kind of smart guy. Sarah Polly Ann is the nurse. It's also a very tough nurse, because she does cry in the bathroom, and because she lost her husband, and she mourns about a little mourning can be normal, I guess. Plus, she's in shock from the get go, that she went from her home to B to the shopping station. Everything is just lunacy, right? So, yeah. Then as they trick Terry, he's the gullible one. They trick him. They take his gun, and they eventually trick CJ and the other guy, and basically put them in a smaller prison, which is actually a little bit harsh, because they got the entire furniture store, which was a big store, and they get this little office room. So yeah, then they see a truck coming in, and some are saying we have to save them. Some are saying no, but we're safer in here. And then they say no, we gotta save him. Okay, we gotta save him. So Michael and Andre, they go downstairs to open the door, to open the gates, because the truck goes to the loading dock, but the truck goes too far and smashes through the loading dock doors. And they see that they can't open it, so they open the door, and they're seeing all these zombies. And you've got two zombies in there. You've got the jogger zombie, the guy who an Asian man with no arm. And there's also later on in the movie a zombie in the parking garage that's holding on pipes with no legs. These two people were apparently they had lost an arm, and they really had lost an arm and lost their legs, so they had prosthetics for that, and that was pretty inventive. So they see it eventually that they're going through the roof, and Anne is there, and they're taking them down the roof, and they're taking them down to the furniture store, and one is so sick, a very really fat lady that just looks disgusting and weird, and someone says she's been bitten, and then Michael sees that the daughter. I'm not sure. I'm gonna say the daughter character because I'm Polly, I guess. Polly, her name, and she sees that her dad, I think it's Frank, has been bitten, and Michael says he's been bitten. He's been bitten. We have to kill him. Yeah, I'll do it. I kill him. So he's, like I said, he's immediately taking charge. He's smart. He knows that he's gonna be a zombie, but they're all like second guessing him. Is he really gonna be a zombie now? Because does it work? Because at this point on, they don't know fuck all of how that the zombies work. If they bite, do you change? Do you change, or they don't know? So it's a guess. But he waits, Michael, until, because he starts to get sick. The fat lady, she becomes a zombie. She attacks Anne. Anne takes a broken broom and stick and shoves it right in her eye, and okay, she's dead. But then you've got, which is a cool kill, and then you've got Frank, who's trying, I, I'm guessing it's Polly, so don't be mad if it's another name. But she lost her brother, she lost her mother, and I'm the only one she has. And then Frank says, I want to be with you for the last moment that I can be with you. And then he goes to sleep, comes back up with white eyes, and of course being a zombie. And Michael kills him. Jake Cover kills him. So that's a really sad scene. Really sad scene. Eventually, they free CJ and the other guys. They say, don't be afraid of, we don't want to fight, we work together. Just work together to make this place safe. Okay, CJ. Because CJ isn't a bad guy. He's a good guy to have in your group. He's one of the stronger guys. He can fight. He can fire guns. Like Ving Rhames, he's probably the strongest physically and also mentally. And can fire multiple firearms. So you got two of these warriors in your, like Michael is the strategic one, and is the nurse she can, because at some point, Kenneth Ving Rhames has a cut in his arm, not from the zombies, but just he fell in the pool and he cut himself. And there's a scene where she's stitching him up, and that was done by a real nurse. Now, the real nurse apparently stitched him so bad through the prosthetic in his skin, and he started to bleed like hell, and he just stayed there, and he thought that was part of the prosthetics. But I mean, Ving Rhames is a tough dude. He doesn't even feel it, and okay, she had to sew him up for real, which is a fun fact. I mean, the reason why Ving Rhames wanted to do this movie is one reason: the black man lives at the end, which is funny. Yeah. Now, like I said, they see Andy on the other side, and the he's he's got a lot of guns and things like that, and they're communicating, playing chess and things like that, and doing this sniper game. Kill the Jay Leno guy. Jay Leno guy gets shot. Kill Rosie O'Donnell, and the other guy, I think his name is Tucker. He says, "No, that's too easy." He, because of course he doesn't say she's too fat, but that's too easy saying that she's too fat. But you know, then he says to Anne, she says, "Oh, disgusting," and he says, how is it disgusting? If one of those things bite me and I turn into one of them, I give you permission to shoot me in the head. You don't have to say it. You don't have to say that. I'll do it. Because Ty Burrell here in this movie, Steve, first of all, he's a douchebag. He's an asshole. He's a pervert because he's fucking one of the survivors that was in the truck, a young girl, a young woman, and in the VCR store, and he's taping himself, and every time he's rewinding himself, and he's not looking at the woman he's fucking, but he's looking at himself. So he's a pervert. He's basically going off on himself. It's yeah, it's if you. I mean, I'm a fan of Modern Family. For me to see Phil Dunphy from Modern Family, where he plays a caring dad, lovely guy, can't be mad at him, to that, whoa, weird, really weird. But I think the first season came right after that movie, but it's still weird. How disgusting he is. He's also a coward, but he owns a boat. And yeah, at some point, the Andy on the other side, like I said, when he's when you see if you there you can see the last days of Andy, and you can see that he's starting to be hungry. He's bleak in his face. You see his jawline. You see that he's getting weaker and need food. And eventually, they want to help him, and they have a dog. And Polly, I think her name is Polly or whatever. The girl from Frank, from the innocent girl. She has a love connection going on with Terry, the younger security guy, the gullible security guy. They sent the dog over with a rope downstairs and with sandwiches on the side. Now, apparently, in this movie, the zombies don't kill animals, which is weird because in the Living Dead series, they attack the horse where Rick is on and just take out the innards and just pull it apart, and they kill all animals they come across: cats, dogs, horses, whatever. So this movie, apparently they don't like animal food. So they what was it? They send him. I'm not sure how they. He's using a whistle, and with that whistle, he can lure the dog towards him. So he gets there. He opens the gate, but before he can close it, two zombies come in, and there's also a radio in there. He shoots. He hears some shots fired, and the first time you hear his voice, and they say, "Oh man, the one got me really bad. I'm bleeding pretty hard in the arm. Thanks for the sandwiches, though. I really appreciate it." And then they're going like, but apparently this guy didn't know that if you're bit, you're gonna change. Now, the thing about that is, the, I mean, in the original Dawn of the Dead, they let you know by radio, TV stations that are on TV, scientists, they let you know, don't get bit. And if you see one of you, even if it's your family member, shoot a bullet through the head or burn them. That's basically what they say in the original Dawn of the Dead. Now, apparently, nobody has put on a TV, a radio, whatever, and nobody or a scientist or whatever says you got. If you see Tom Savini on the television, he could say, "Don't get bit, shoot him through the head." You got a, they even got another fucking zombie called a Twitcher, but then don't say, "Don't get bit," because then you're a zombie. No, nothing at all. So it's like, oh, it just comes out of nothing, you know? No, 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 no. There were already news stations on the TV, on the radio. They had to say, you know, right? Because at some point the truck, with the people in the truck, they came from Fort Bragg, and Kenneth's brother is stationed there, and he wants to take the truck and some weapons, and he said, "No, don't do it, don't do it," because Steve says in a sarcastic way, "They're dead, are they?" So this Anne says, "They're all dead, deadish, if you can say cannibalistic deadish." So yeah, so everybody's basically a zombie there. So he decides to stay, and that's how his friendship also grows with Andy. But okay, then the girl, the girl from the dad, and she takes the truck. She drives it, but she wants Chips back. The dog's called Chips. She goes into the hatch and she finds the dog, but she also finds a zombie Andy. He luckily goes in a metal closet, and it's hard to pound in, so he's pounding on the closet to get to her, and she has a radio and says, "Please come and help me." Okay, they go through the sewers for a rescue mission, also for the fact that the guy has 50,000 bullets and ammo and a lot of guns there. So TJ, Kenneth, Tucker, I think Michael goes there, but that's it, I guess. Uh, Also, before before this happens, there's also a little. I'm going all over the place. I know you've got Andre and his wife Luda is pregnant, but she's got bit, and nobody knows that she is in a toy store being, you know, being being hanged, on the bed and being, roped towards the bed, and she has this big belly. and Norma, one of the survivors, comes to see on them, and she sees Luda, who's become a zombie, and then she basically pops out a baby, and Andre says, "Isn't she cute?" And he's all gone and like shit and all, and do you want to hurt my baby? Then I'll kill you. And so she shoots Norma. Norma shoots a few bullets into Andre. And eventually they see the baby, which is also a zombie baby. Don't know who it does, but somebody takes it out of his misery. But it's a fucked up scene. It's a fucked up scene. That's something that I forgot to mention because so Andre and Luna is dead. And they also went to the, like I said, the parking garage because the electricity processor was off, so they had to go to the parking garage and in the dark to put things right. So CJ stay north. So Michael goes, Kenneth goes, the other security guy who's being a douche, and then CJ. And CJ says, "I'm not going in without a weapon," and he gets an axe. And it's fucking hell. It's fucking so they go to the garage, and then you see, like I said, the prosthetic guy, zombie with real prosthetic, no legs, climbing up and falls on the other security guard. The douchebag security guard bites him in the neck, and he basically, there is a horde of zombies coming. He's basically being mauled. So they they repair the processor, the electric processor, and they try to pass the zombies. But upstairs, Steven was there to basically stand guard, and when they get through the zombies, Steven is gone, like the coward asshole he is, and then Michael can just close the gate, and they're like going to Steven, who's drinking a fucking martini. "Oh, I thought you guys were you were safe, right?" And I think somebody clanks him. Yeah, so I'm not sure even if he gets punched, but he needs to be punched at that point. Okay, so at that point, okay, they go to, like I said, the rescue operation to save the girl and get some ammo. They go through the sewers, and they eventually get they kill some zombies, shoot some zombies, and they get into the 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 door that can be shut open like this and this, and they you see two dead zombies, and you hear somebody bang really hard, and then you see Andy, and Kenneth wants to kill him. He says, "Sorry, brother," and it boom, his head explodes. Now, apparently, a lot of people think it's CGI. I read something different. Apparently, that head was practical. Done. It looks CGI, but it's done practical. And the making of, you can see it's a practical head explosion. So that's pretty cool, actually, that they used the practical effect for Andy's exploding head. So they take all what they can carry of ammo, and they go back to the sewers. I mean, but the problem is that Tucker, one of the guys, one of the survivors, who was in the truck, falls down. He breaks his legs. CJ is trying to grab him and just he give him two Glocks, and he's shooting like this, and he's saying, "Leave me, leave me, leave me. I'm gonna give you some time." Sure, leave me. And then he gets, of course, mauled by the zombies. Then they go back, but the problem is the doors are all open, and they have two. Okay, so what they did was they had two school buses that they pimped out to be, you know, they had like metal sheets on the side. They opened is a sliding. It's open on the side where they can use chainsaws on the side if zombies want to crawl onto it. They have these butane canisters where they made homemade bombs from. So that was Michael's idea. Like I said, the strategy guy. Apparently, Steve Tybell said, I own a boat. They want to go to the boat and go to an island. And Steve Burrell is like, oh, you guys are crazy. And eventually they have to go to the boat because the zombies are now in a shopping mall and they can't, you know, wear them off. So they're all in the lift, and there's the song playing like, "Whoa, how dear is your love? How dear is your love, baby?" Then you hear CJ saying, "I like that song." So they go to the trucks and they go outside, and there's so many zombies that the truck is almost being pulled over. The chainsaws, and you see the blood squirting in their faces when they're doing that. And CJ, you know, goes upstairs and he throws one of those butane bombs, and you see a big explosion, a big open place with no zombies, and they drive and drive, and apparently at some point they one of the cars, oh yeah, they're driving too fast, one of the trucks is driving too fast, and one of the survivors hits the girl where Steve Tybell had sex with with a chainsaw, and she's being just chainsawed right through here, and he's falling in front of Kenneth, and he breaks his neck, and they fall over. Now Steve was in the car. He gets out. Kenneth says, "Help me." Steven says, "Fuck you." He goes. He's the only one who has the keys for the boat. Then, of course, he get karma, because at some point he says, if I get bit by one of those things, you can blow my fucking head off. And karma, he does get bit by one of those things. And who blows his head off? Anne. So she blows Steve's head off, goes to save Kenneth, and they are going with the rest, which is Kenneth, CJ, Kenneth, and the girl with chips, and the girl where the guy, the gullible security, the younger security guard. I'm not sure what, I think Terry is his name. Terry. The problem is, and that's something I don't understand what's happening. So they drive the truck into the marina pier, and they're all safe because the car is blocking basically the marina. Okay, they can crawl up there, but CJ decides, wait a minute, I'm going back for them to take my bag, and I'm guessing a bag with ammunition in, but you see a few yards away, hordes and hordes of zombies coming at you, and you are going back, and you don't have the time to go back inside the fucking truck and get the bag. Of course, the zombies reach the doors. He's starting to fire all of his Glocks and whatever's until he's out, and then he says, "Fucking hell!" I said, he takes a torch and blows up one of those butane bombs, and he kills himself in the explosion and a bunch of zombies, and it's a fireball now, the Marine X entrance, so no zombie can definitely come in. But it's a stupid situation. They could have had CJ, and of course Jake Weber has been bit, which is a very sad scene in my opinion. Because when they are got, he says, "I'm being bit." Do you, and Kenneth says, "Do you have a gun?" Yes. I'm gonna enjoy the sunset for a while, and then you hear him in the when they're on the boat farther away. You can hear him a shot, boom, killed. But it's so stupid. So Anne, who's you, who is useful, she's a nurse, but then Terry and that young girl who the gullible guy who can't shoot for shit, and the young girl who can't do nothing for shit. She only jeopardize everybody. It would be such better if at least CJ would be on the fucking boat. You have two guys with weapons who can shoot, who are not scared and can help you, but no fucking way they. It does this stupid thing going back for a bag of ammo, and it you see the zombies, just hordes of fucking zombies coming after him, and it's like, oh shit, and yeah, yeah, oh shit, you shit it yourself. Uh, but yeah, okay, that's they had to sacrifice someone to close down the marina entrance so the zombies couldn't get to the boat, because if the marina entrance wasn't blown up they could easily climb up the truck and get on the marina, and it takes a while for the boat to get off. And okay, yeah, take fucking Terry, or that useless girl, which I don't know this name of. I'm gonna call her the useless girl with chips. I like chips more. He brought sandwiches to Andy. Okay, it was too late, but he at least tried. Now the island, if you see the movie until the credits are gone, you see like Steve partying with a few naked girls with her with boobs, two girls with naked boobs, and Steve being the pervert that he is, he's yeah, let's go babies, and this and that. Uh, then they go to a camera that Terry is using, and he's being a dick. He's like pushing the camera in Kenneth's face, and he says, "If you point that thing one more time in my face, I'll blow your fucking head off, or I'll throw you off the boat or something." He says something like that. And they find a boat, and the boat, and they see like a zombie head, only a zombie head, but it's still alive because the brain is intact, and it's like all maggots around, and it's like going like this. And then they come to an island, and they dock the boat on the marina there, and there Kenneth is the first guy who goes off, and of course Chips is the first dog who comes off, and he runs towards the tree lines, and you hear a lot of zombies coming their way, and Kenneth is. Then you see only Kenneth's. Tucker is also no, Terry is also from the boat. He lets the camera fall. Then you see the zombies coming. You see Kenneth's feet, the combat shoes. He's finding some shotgun rounds. You see the rounds falling on the ground. And honestly, I don't know if they survived, to be honest, because How the fuck are they gonna restart the? It takes a while to restart the boat and to let the boat get away from the dock because there were like 100 zombies coming their way. And by the way, that island was the same island that was used for Romero's survival of the dead. Cool, right? Cool fact. But yeah, it's what bothered me is the death of CJ because he didn't have to die. Okay, they lost some bullets, right? But he didn't have to get them because it was too dangerous of a risk. But he was a risk taker, and that cost him his life. And at the end, I am not sure that they survived. Um, but yeah, okay, it's a great movie. It's one of the best remakes, like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake is also one of the best remakes. This one is really up there, and it's a really good movie. It's totally different. Like I said, it's not with bikers coming in at the end and getting the zombies in like that. It's the zombies come through, a door and that they can't hold, and they come through and they just overwhelm this shopping center again, and they have to run away, and it's a completely different thing. You have some uh, similarities here and there because I think Kenneth, I'm not sure, is the name of Dawn of the Dead, the black SWAT team guy. You know, yeah, I don't know his real name, and I say it a lot. As for Killer Workout, he wasn't Ken Furry, so his name is Kenneth. I think his name is Kenneth. Yeah, and I think they reference that because he also plays in the movie as a priest, and he does says the same line: "When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth." Same line, which was cool. And then Tom Savini with how to kill zombies, and but the fact that nobody knows that if you get bit you die. You got a radio, right? You got a TV, right? I'm guessing that Andy in his gun shop had a radio or a little TV set. He should have heard those things, but no, 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 no. Okay, okay, let's be stupid dipshits. And then, of course, instead of giving the information to him, what do you know about the the zombie attacks? What do you know about it? And then change some information, and but no. So yeah, it's a great movie. Has some stupid decisions here and there, but as that doesn't ruin the movie. So see you later and enjoy the movie. Bye bye.